Now get low. You can do it, Lulu.
Oh my
God.
She made it!
Girl, I can't believe it.
Celebrate! We are underway. We left Stonington earlier this morning, probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock a.m. We have a long 60 nautical mile day to Hadley's Harbor, a rather familiar anchorage for us. So we're totally skipping Rhode Island and going from Connecticut to Cape Cod, Buzzards Bay area. Unfortunately, it's been kind of a weird day. It started out with some rain, fog that brought the visibility down to about a nautical mile or so, and a little bit of a weird swell chop. Unfortunately, the wind has been directly at the nose. Yeah, so when you're trying to make 60 nautical miles in a day and you want to get there before, you know, the sun goes down, you really just got to go motoring straight into the wind. But you know, it's okay. We're not going to be snobby about it. This has been Operation Get Whisper Home Safely. We've only been going about 4 knots all day, so you know, we're not trying to do the whole zigzaggy thing and never really get there, and we're not trying to stop in Newport or anything like that, and we are trying to get home timely so that I can make this sailing race on Wednesday. And there'll be plenty of sailing this summertime with all the races, and we're trying to do some boat projects and whatnot, get the boat ready for our trip down south to the Bahamas. So that is what we have been doing today. A lot of this. Still fun. Whoa! Our location, it's got focus. Here's our location. We are just approaching the Sakonnet River right now. We want to make Hadley Harbor today so that we can take the current up Cape Cod Canal tomorrow morning. There's also some snotty weather coming in Saturday afternoon, which is tomorrow, and Sunday and Monday. So if we made it through tomorrow, we'll be in the clear for reaching our mooring in Hull on Sunday. So we're excited to be heading home. We just anchored here in Hadley Harbor. This is a pretty special anchorage to us. This was the first anchorage we ever stayed overnight at anchor. It's pretty great to be back here in Hadley Harbor. It also feels good to be back here in Massachusetts. Not gonna lie, I was slightly concerned going through the canal based of our experience in the C&D canal, but we made it through unscathed. We're pushing forward to Scituate. We're back for the Wednesday PHRF races. It's looking like a pretty windy day today, so should be pretty exciting out there. go in, Mark. Holy shit, we're going in. Holy shit. Oh. Yeah, I was. Yeah, we almost went. We almost took water in the companionway. we might have wanted to keep it shut on a day like today, huh?
Yeah, we might be wearing jackets on a day like today, but that ain't us.
We got the boat home like we wanted to, and we've been here for the summertime, and we've had nothing but tons of small to large boat projects to undertake.
How'd it go? My goodness. It's a daze.
Everyone wanted me to get that dark tan.
Look at you.
My whole everything is soaking wet under
Oh.
here. Right. So we pulled the boat out of the water mainly to take care of the wobbly rudder that we were experiencing coming up the coast, and we're feeling real good on the rudder now. We had the whole rudder dropped out. These bolts were removed, and then the entire quadrant came out, which allowed this rudder shaft to fall down. At the same time, we also replaced this board right here. At the same time as the rudder getting dropped, we had our cables greased and lubricated, as well as our steering, these wheels, pulley wheels, were more aligned and everything just a lot more perfect and tight. And now we don't have any sort of play in the rudder whatsoever. It's actually a lot tighter, as you would imagine, because to fix it, we had to take the rudder out and inject a fiberglass epoxy graphite mix. This is from the aft berth. This is the rudder shaft fiberglass tube. So this acts as the bearings, and what was happening was that the inside of this tube was getting worn and it was creating space, so the rudder was bumping back and forth within the hull. So we had the boatyard drill holes into our tube right here and inject the fiberglass epoxy graphite mix kit that we bought on Catalina30.com. It was increased the space within this tube, and that has helped us out a lot with the play, where we should have a super tight steering and rudder on the way down. At the same time, we also bought a new washer for it right here, and we also had the shaft re-waxed and greased up. So now it's rock solid. And then at the same time, we decided to take advantage of the boat being out of the water, and we touched up the entire bottom paint with a ablative Total Boat Spartan Black Ablative, I believe it's called. I'll flash up the bottom paint, but Total Boat was so nice, and they helped us out. They sent us bottom paint, they sent us epoxy, they sent us white night cleaning on the hull, which I also did. We cleaned up the entire waterline with the white night, and we did the entire bottom with the Total Boat kit. It was just overall extremely helpful for Total Boat to be helping us out. Really saved on the money, and has worked really great. We also took off the Deltaville that was right here and replaced it with our new home port. Right now I am in the middle of splicing our new anchor rod to our chain. This is the first time I've ever spliced a rope or a line to a chain, and it's kind of a hard process, you know, to learn and do this all at the same time, but I think I'm doing a good job. Previously to this, we had this thimble inside the end of the chain over there, and it was attached by this shackle, kind of like that, as you see. And mainly you splice an anchor rod into a chain so it rides up on a windlass properly. But in our case, we don't have a windlass, which isn't a problem. But I wanted to splice the line into the chain because it rides out of the roller so much better. There's no snag. It doesn't snag the seizing wire or the shackle or anything like that on the way out. It's just such a more streamlined, takes away another weak point of the whole system, and just a lot cooler. And I also figured it was about time for me to learn how to splice into a chain and, you know, improve my skills. So that is what I'm doing. Right now we're having a bit of electrical issues trying to get off the dock, and so we thought might as well take advantage of the time we still have on the dock and finish our lifeline netting. We already attached the lifeline netting to the port side of the boat, so we got one more side to figure out. Lifeline netting can be kind of a tedious task, which is why you want to pick the right netting and only do the job once and do it right, which made picking the lifeline netting easy. Sailboat has some of the best lifeline netting. It is UV protected, so it won't fry up and get all brittle in the Florida sun. Then it comes time to actually put on the lifeline netting, and you're kind of lost thinking like, how do I even go about this process? Last time on Parody we just zip tied the whole thing, which was the worst idea. But that's why Sailboat is also the best choice, because they have detailed instructional videos online that guide you through the whole process.
Feel free to talk to the cam.
This hot knife is so good. It just slices through like butter. Don't even need any pressure on it.
Wes is having a little bit too much fun over there.
And the fumes smell great.
The netting's already doing its job, keeping you